January 19, 2024. Throughout our life, we evolve, and our inner selves evolve too, by switching from one type to another. Two main identities that we acquire during our life are facer and escaper. The escaper is one of the most riff identities among every human being, because it stands for our survival instincts, escaping from the danger, learning what is good and what is bad. At some point in our childhood, we could be described as escapers who are innately programmed to learn what is good and what is bad, what is dangerous and what is not, what could harm us and what can bring us benefit or pleasure. Then, as we gradually become older, we develop the facer part of our identity. When we finally acquire the ego, we understand that we have our drive, our individual goal, life purpose, and we do everything to achieve it. And that means everything. We face every danger instead of escaping. We face it, we develop our more mature nature, and thus enter into the realm of the facer, who is the courageous part of us, the explorer who is curious about life. Ultimately, however, we reach a point where we have to jump from one identity to another, to the point when we develop a pure, total balance between the two identities. And that's when we finally reach the point of full enlightenment. By understanding that there is no difference between the two identities, that the facer and the escaper are two parts of the same coin. The coin itself being us. The only base for those identities, which it would have not existed without that base. And that these two are just the same, the one. When we become conscious of that, when we realize that there is no difference at all, at that point we obtain the pure love. And at that point, you reach the level of happiness which is much higher than we expect of it in the natural terms. It's more vibrant than we could have imagined. Love each identity you have. Escaper and a facer are like a parents for us. Encouraging us, nurturing us, helping us to go through our life and eventually leave it. By loving them, appreciating them, and accepting their presence, and accepting the fact that they are one and the same. There will be finally the peace in the mind. Or at least you will be conscious of what it feels like to have tranquility in your mind when all is one and there is no difference. At that point you will understand what the true love is. What the God is. What is everything.